Yo, what's up, people? What's up? It's your boy Tireo. And I'm back, y'all, with another video, but this one is different. A particular fan asked me a question about my episode series, and they wanted to know what's it like piecing everything together. A particular fan asked me a question about my episode series videos, and they wanted to know what is it like putting everything together and making it into a reality, bringing it to life? I want to be brutally honest with you. So for the fan that asked me that, I appreciate the question. I love questions like that because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. So instead of me typing everything up through email, I decided to turn this into a video and also turn this into a message because it's a lot of people out there that want to do spiritual, godly content. Spiritual, godly content with so much information and truth in it to whereas it's ridiculous. So let me dive off into this because I want to be honest with the fan that asked that question. Okay, how do I piece everything together when I'm making these episode series? Here we go. This is what you have to understand. For number one, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm close to God. I'm very, very spiritual. And I'm very, very wise and smart and knowledgeable. Okay? So when I do these episode series and I piece them together, everything that I've learned, everything that I've studied, all of that goes into these episode series. Okay? Here's the deal. I will tell you this, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. This is a battle. It's a battle because for number one, I'm putting the real hardcore truth in these episode series. When I was working on the spiritual execution, and this is the truth. This is the truth. When I was working on spiritual execution, the episode series was, I think it was a 7-part series. It was seven episodes in the spiritual execution. But so much happened from episode 1 all the way to episode 7. So much happened. Okay, it's so much stuff that happened in a spiritual execution to whereas I can't even remember everything. I would have to go back and look at it and be like, damn, that happened. Damn, that happened. Like so much happened in 7 episodes. This is the truth on what I'm about to say. I did not write the script for that. Everything was up here. Spiritual execution was not written down at all. I didn't write any of it on paper. Everything was a vision from God up here. This is the truth. I did not write down anything. Everything was a vision from God up here. And when I did episode 1, God showed me more in episode 2. And then he showed me more in episode 3. And I'm seeing all of this in a vision. I'm seeing everything in the spirit. When I done spiritual execution, episodes 1 through 7, everything I saw it in a vision. I saw the whole thing play out in a vision. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop. Episode 1 came to me like that. It came to me. I saw everything in episode 1. And I'm sitting there watching it play out in a vision. And I'm piecing it together. I'm creating the pictures for it. I'm seeing the pictures in the vision. And the pictures I'm seeing in the vision is the pictures y'all seeing in each episode. I'm seeing everything play out. Spiritual execution was not written down on paper. It was a vision from God. And the vision would not stop all the way until I got to episode 7. Until I got to part 7, that's when it stopped. But when I did episode 1, I was like, wow. And then God showed me episode 2. And then he showed me episode 3. And when God was showing me all of this, remember, it's a lot of stuff that happened in one episode. It's so much stuff that happened in one episode. Just one episode. So much went down in one episode, and God showed it to me. And he showed me more. And he showed me more. And he showed me more. Literally. So when I've done the spiritual execution, nothing was written down. Everything was up here, and it was a vision from God. And I had to literally be in the zone, because it's an episode series, but it's not worldly, it's spiritual. So I had to be tapped in to the spirit realm. I had to be fully focused and tapped in with God, so I can get that from God. That's how spiritual execution came about. Vision from God, okay? This is the thing. Is it easy? Is it easy putting it together? Hell no. Hell no. I got attacked left and right. I got attacked left and right when I was working on the spiritual execution. Satan was doing everything in his power to basically try to slow me down from creating that series. Yes, I got attacked. I got attacked left and right, left and right, left and right. It was a bunch of weird stuff going on at the time when I was creating the spiritual execution, bro. It was so much. Like, look. When I was creating the spiritual execution, I had to take my car to the shop to get something fixed because Satan was trying his best to slow me down. So something happened. I got something fixed and forgot what it was. I got something fixed in one of my cars, and I had to take that to the shop to get that fixed while I was working on the spiritual execution. Then it was more weird stuff happening around me. The apartment complex, they started having water problems, to whereas water was shut off because, the outside maintenance workers had to work on pipes. So all of this was going on while I'm working on the spiritual execution and piecing everything together. Like, literally, I was under attack. So putting it together, now I will tell you this. It's very fun. It's very fun. You have to love what you do. I love what I do for the kingdom. It's amazing and it's fun. But the price I pay of putting that kind of work and material together is real. Yes, like I pay a price for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting out content that has so much truth in it. I gotta pay a price for that. I'm gonna get attacked. That's what comes with the game. That's what comes with the game, okay? I will not sit here and lie to you and tell you that making something that great and awesome is a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park, creating that kind of series. Spiritual execution, the replay value of that episode series is so high, it's crazy. It's a knockout the park. It's an instant classic episode series. It's probably one of my best. It's up there. It's up there. It's in my top 5 episode series. Like literally. The stuff that I went through to get that done is crazy. Now, when I'm piecing together the episode series, sometimes it will take a day to complete one full episode. It will take maybe a day, a full day because remember, I got to create the pictures. I got to find the sound effects that fit to each scene. And then I have to piece everything together. So when I'm creating the pictures, sometimes it goes fast and then sometimes it goes slow because I want to create the best picture that fit that scene. And mind you, None of this is written down. All of this is in a vision. All of this is in my mind. God is showing me all of this in a vision. So nothing is written down. So I'm heavily in the spirit. So as I'm creating the picture, God is showing me how he wants the picture to look. And God is telling me, put this in a picture. Take that out. Put this in the picture. Put that in the picture. Put this person on this side of the picture. Put this character on this side of the picture. Put this right here. Put that right there. None of this is written down. All of this is up here in my mind. You know how hard that is? So you have to really be tapped in with God. Yeah, you got to be tapped in 100%. You got to be so focused and tapped in to whereas your phone have to be literally off. Your phone got to be off. You cannot have no distractions doing this kind of work. That's how serious it is. And then on top of that, I had the devil, I had Satan steady attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. Now, when I did other series like what's the other series I did? I got a list of them. I can't remember all of them in my mind, but I got a list of them. So when I done the series of When Satan Was in Heaven, I done a series called When Satan Was in Heaven. That series is very powerful. I got attacked by the devil when I was doing that series. I strongly got attacked by Satan when I was doing that series. That series was basically, I wanted to take people into the realm of how it was when Lucifer was in heaven before he got kicked out. When I did that series, like that series right there, yo, I'm gonna be real. That series probably was my hardest work. It probably was my hardest work. Yes, it probably was my hardest work. When Satan Was in Heaven, that probably was my hardest work. That series was a lot of work, and that's another one that had a lot of episodes to it because I was taking you into the realms of When Satan Was in Heaven. And once again, that series, nothing written down. Nothing written down. Nothing written down at all. All of this was in the spirit. I had to really tap into the spirit to create that series When Satan Was in Heaven. I had to tap in because I have to vision what it was like when Lucifer was up there before he got kicked out of heaven. I had to vision that. You know what I'm saying? So that series probably was my hardest work. It probably was my hardest work. Yes. Now, another series I've done was that was a classic too. It's called The Virgin Nun Who Demons Wanted. The Virgin Nun Who Demons Wanted. When I did that series, man, once again, that series was not written down at all. That series was not written down. When I done The Virgin Nun Who Demons Wanted, that series was not written down. And once again, I had to, okay, that one was different because I'm dealing with nuns and what really goes on in the temple. When you got a spiritual nun, that's a virgin that's really following God. I had to tap into their world. I had to tap into the nun world. What's it like? What do they really go through? I had to tap into their world. And I put that together fire. Like The Virgin Nun Who Demons Wanted is in my top 5 for sure. It's in my top 5. That one, fire. That took a lot of work. That took a lot of work, bro. Like the stuff I went through piecing that together was crazy. Now, I can't remember how long it took me to make that. I can't remember that because, like, by me already being deep into God and by me already being deep into, my calling and my purpose and stuff, I can run through a series like that because I'm already knowledgeable of all this stuff. I already believe it, and it's a part of my calling. The virgin nun who demons wanted was crazy. That was off the chain. That was off the chain. Like literally. I had a lot of fun creating that series. I had a lot of fun creating that one as well. And that one is deep. That one is deep. Yes. I can't remember everything that happened in that series, but that series was really, really, really deep, man. Then we get to the next series that I created called What Tireo Saw in Heaven. That was another deep series of what I saw in heaven. That series was about me going on a spiritual journey, and Jesus Christ is showing me all of these deep and amazing things that's in heaven. That series right there is powerful. That series is powerful. That's another classic. That's another classic that's under my belt with that series. Yes. What Tireo Saw in Heaven. The reason why I wanted to do a series based on that is because making it to heaven is my biggest dream. All of my loyal fans and followers know that. Making it to heaven is my biggest dream of all time. Some people's dream is to own a house and a certain car and have a certain job. My biggest dream of all time is to make it to heaven after I die. And that's why I wanted to create a series that was so powerful of everything that Jesus was showing me as I was on this trip to heaven. Yes, What Tireo Saw in Heaven. Yes. Classic series, man. That took a lot of work. Now, this was the crazy part about that series. When I did that series, I didn't get attacked. I didn't get attacked at all. Like, Satan did not come for me. I didn't go through anything crazy making that series. I didn't get attacked at all. I didn't. Classic series, though. Very, very powerful. Classic series, man. Yes. And then we get to the series of when Jesus was 13 years old. 13-year-old Jesus in Wicked America. I get to that series. That series right there, man. Oh, man. That series when Jesus, 13-year-old Jesus in Wicked America. I wanted to take people into the world of when Jesus was young. Because in the Bible don't give us the full story of when he was young. Even though it's pieces in the Bible when he was young, but it goes from him being a teenager and it jumps all the way to when he was in his 30s. Because Jesus died at 33 years old. So I wanted to take people into the realm of what Jesus went through when he was a teenager. And Jesus spoke this to me. Jesus spoke to me. He said, Tireo, take them into my world when I was young. That's what I heard from Jesus. Jesus Christ, he spoke that to me literally and said, take them into my world when I was young. This is the thing about the 13-year-old Jesus series. Nobody never done that. Nobody never done that. I'm the first. I'm the first to take people into the realm of when he was a teenager. Nobody in history ever done that. Ain't that's powerful? Ain't that's powerful how you have so many content creators. You got so many producers in Hollywood and directors and all that stuff. And nobody thought of coming up with something called 13-year-old Jesus in Wicked America. Nobody thought of that. That right there alone is a win for me, because I got a chance to do something and create something and make people think that they never thought of nothing like that. 13-year-old Jesus in Wicked America, for number one, I love the series. For number one, I love the series, man. And also it puts you into the mindset of, if Jesus Christ was really living in wicked America, what would he go through? What would happen? What would he see? And this is what y'all see in the series. Yes, 13-year-old Jesus living in wicked America, what would he go through? What would he see? What would happen? What would happen? In today's time, what would happen if 13-year-old Jesus was walking this earth? And I love that series. That series, I'm going to be real with you. That series is changing my life. It's doing something to me eternally. 13-year-old Jesus in wicked America is literally, like, as I'm creating it, it's changing me at the same time. All of my other series, I'll tell you this. The only series that done that to me, that changed me as I was making it, was What Tireo Saw in Heaven. What Tireo Saw in Heaven changed me as I was making it. 13-year-old Jesus in wicked America, as I'm making that, it's changing me as I'm making it. It's doing something to my soul in a beautiful way that I can't even explain to y'all. It's doing something to my soul, and it's changing me eternally as I'm making it. That's crazy. Like, on each episode, on each scene, on each picture, each character I'm creating, it's changing me on the inside. And when I tell you changing me in a good, amazing way, yes. I mean, I got healing flowing through my... You want to know what's crazy? Because when I was creating episode one of 13-year-old Jesus in wicked America, I felt healing going all through my body. I felt healing power from heaven. I felt healing power from heaven going all through my body as I was creating episode one. That series alone is really changing me, man. Like, I can feel the power of God all through my spirit creating that. And the only other episode series that changed me like that was What Tireo Saw in Heaven. Yes, What Tireo Saw in Heaven, literally. And I have other series as well that I've done. I have one called, I think it's called Kinu, the Cheetah Cat Kinu. I have another old one that I've done called The Witch That Got Away with Murder. I have another one called, I think I done one on The Angel. It was a female angel that was like working for the kingdom of heaven, serving justice and stuff like that. I forgot the name of it because I've done so much work. But the episode series that touched me the most was 13-year-old Jesus living in wicked America, What Tireo Saw in Heaven. Spiritual Execution definitely touched me as well. Was Satan... Before Satan got kicked out of heaven, the one I did on Satan before he got kicked out of heaven, when he was in heaven, when Satan was in heaven, that one kind of tripped me out of how sick and evil Satan is and how manipulative and deceiving he is. The virgin nun who demons wanted, that just like, man, I mean, that took me into the realm of the real nuns, the real women of God who put in work and who really take being spiritual very, very, very serious. I had to salute the nuns because I have a lot of respect for real nuns. I have a lot of respect for real female nuns who are really serious about following Jesus because they really, really put in the work. They isolate themselves from the world. And I feel that real spiritual nuns, they don't really get no credit. They don't get no credit, and people don't really shed light on them. So I had to do it. I had to shed a lot of light on spiritual nuns who are really, really sold out to Jesus, man. For real, on a high level. And they really don't want nothing to do with the world. Like, they take that stuff serious. So, creating all of these episode series, man, I'm having a blast creating these amazing stories. I'm having a blast creating these amazing stories. It's a part of my purpose. I'm thankful, man. I appreciate this stuff. It's so much fun making this. It's so much fun doing this. But at the same time, you know, you're going to pay a price for it. Yes, I pay a price for this. I pay a price for the kind of content I'm putting out to the fans, because this is content that's dealing with the kingdom. I'm not putting out no worldly junk. This is content that's dealing with the kingdom of heaven and what really goes on, you know what I'm saying, in the spirit. So I wanted to just do this message and just do this video, man, and just say thank you all to all of the loyal fans and followers that rock with all of the episode series. Shout out to the fan that asked the question, Tireo, what is it like putting together these episode series? Shout out to the fan that asked that question. And yo, I have a lot of more. I have a lot of more episode series that's coming. Like, I have a lot of more, crazy episode series that's coming. Yes. Spiritual Execution, classic. The Virgin Nun Who Demons Wanted, classic. What Tireo Saw in Heaven, classic. When Satan Was in Heaven, classic. 13-Year-Old Jesus Living in Wicked America, classic. And all of the other ones are classics as well, you know. So there it is, man. Much love and much respect to you all. For all of you fans who are not signed up to the Superfans Access page, yo, you're missing out on fire content. So I strongly advise you, people to sign up and join the Superfans Access page, man. Sign up. It's off the chain. I'm having a blast creating all this stuff, man. Like literally, man. And the crazy part about this is that none of these episode series was written down. They all visions that God is just showing me. From the Spiritual Execution to 13-Year-Old Jesus Living in Wicked America, to When Satan Was in Heaven, what Tireo Saw in Heaven, the Virgin Nun Who Demons Wanted. Like, none of this was written down. This is all God showing me this stuff, man. It's crazy. In order to create stuff like this, you have to be close to God. Ain't nowhere around it. You got to be close to God. You got to be fully tapped in the spirit. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to be able to create stuff like this and bring it to life. Bring these spiritual, amazing stories to life. So there it is, man. Sign up and join the Superfans Access page, man. Sign up and join the mailing list on TiareoForChrist.com. Superfans Access, man. It's lit. Peace.